Nation. Welcome to another episode of the Raider Nation Roll Call. As always, you know, at the Raider Nation Roll Call, we bring you the best interviews with content creators, booster clubs, everyone that's involved and makes part of the Raider Nation. Today, we have a special guest. We have none other than Mike from Raiders Against the World. Mike, welcome to the Raider Nation Roll Call this week. How you doing, my brother?
What up, Raider Nation? What up, Raider Dub? Appreciate the invite, bro. It's been a long time coming. Hope everybody's feeling good out there, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man. Thanks for being here with us today. I really wanted to get to talk to you because, you know, season's coming up. You know, it's been a pretty harsh off season. You know, the Raider Nation is ready to start enjoying themselves, to start interacting with each other. You know, it's just been a hard time. And, you know, we need to start celebrating more. We need to start interacting with each other more. You know, we need to start bringing that happiness back into the Raider Nation. You know, so we're going to be talking about various topics. You know, first of all, we're going to be talking about you. We're going to talk about your organization. We're going to be talking about, you know, how you became a Raider fan and events that are coming in the future. So to start it all off with, Mike, let the Raider Nation know about yourself, about Big Mike from Raiders Against the World.
All right. So Raider Nation, started Raiders Against the World. You know, it's been a long time coming. I became a Raider fan when I was a little kid. Obviously, you know, grew up in East Los, and you know, my dad was a Raider fan / Rams fan, but most of his friends were Raider fans. I latched on to the silver and black, and you know, since then I've been going to games. You know, from LA. You know, when I was a kid, Coliseum. You know, that was a dope time in the '80s. And then obviously, you know, they moved back to Oakland. You know, and then just been going to Oakland games every single year since they moved back. And then obviously now Vegas. So, you know, it's been a passion. I mean, I bleed silver and black, you know, it's like I can remember I have an old Plunkett jersey. You know, I got a picture of it one day. I'll show everybody a throwback jersey or something. And, you know, it's just a passion. I just love the Raiders, always love the Raiders. I've always wanted to do, you know, just get out there and just make this a badass, you know, organization to come out. At first, let me correct myself. At first, I was going to start up as a booster club. And I didn't know the details. Like I said, I just started like, hey, I had this vision. Let's do this. And, you know, we're going to start with the booster club. And, fortunately, things didn't work out that way. There was a lot of more details behind it, you know. But at the end of the day, my vision's still here. Raiders Against the World still here. You know, now we're trying to rebrand. Oh, no, we're not trying. We're rebranding to Raw Nation Official. You know, the acronym for Raiders Against the World. I just thought it was time. So, like I said, I'm just here to build great events for our silver and black Raider Nation fans, for me, for family, for the whole Raider Nation community, you know, and as well as not just that, but support anything we could try to support as far as, you know, from different organizations, from autism. I did an autism awareness event not too long ago with the
Norwalk one, right?
Yes, old school functions. And then in different events, I think I hooked up with TNBC, with Chara last year for the backpack drive and, you know, a couple of little things, you know, that people, you know, are doing, man. You know, I support, you know, the community. I support, you know, people that want to support good things, you know, and that's what it came about. And like I said, Raw Nation Official is here just to build the baddest events so we can all have a good time, you know. To win, lose, or tie, ain't gonna matter. We're still Raider Nation till we die.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, you know, when I first met you, man, I actually met your, how can I put it, your spirit, I want to call it, because you were everywhere, but you weren't there. That kind of situation. It's like, you know, you were involved in so many things, talking to so many people, and everybody would talk about you, and I'm like, okay, who is this dude, right? You know, Raiders Against the World, you know, what's up with that? And, you know, obviously social media is a big tool that we use. And, you know, I started seeing you more on social media, and everybody that I asked about you, you know, everybody always talked very positively of you, positive about your organization, you know, and that's what really appealed to me about, you know, Raiders Against the World, because if you hear the title Raiders Against the World, is like, you know what, no one's gonna fuck with us, you know, we're the best, we're the baddest, you know.
Exactly.
Who cares whatever you think, right?
Exactly.
You know, but in actuality, you know, you are proactive, you're not reactive. You know, you're always trying to do, like you were mentioning, for good. You know, maybe entertainment wise, maybe community based, whatever it is. You know, you're doing good things, and you are a one man PR firm, man. You are out there promoting, making contacts. It is just amazing. And I commend you for everything that you're doing, because individuals like you make the Raider Nation better, stronger.
Appreciate that, Doug.
And that's something that we definitely need, especially, with this transition to Las Vegas. We're trying to rebuild our fan base to what, it was in Oakland, it's a hard road. But, with individuals like yourself, I think we're definitely going to get there sooner than later. So the term Raiders Against the World, where did that come from? How did you come up with that? Because it is a bold statement.
It is. And I'm a bold person. And, and I stand up for what I believe in. And all these years watching these games, I can name numerous memories and events where, I thought we've been screwed by the refs, the NFL. Al Davis set the standard, remember?
Yes.
Without Al Davis, ain't no Raider Nation fans,
That's right.
At the end of the day, he set the standard. He set the tone when he became, the commissioner to combine the NFL. A lot of people don't know that. He was an AFL commissioner. He was he started off as a coach, and he even coached the Chargers. He even coached the Chargers for a little bit. I don't know if anybody knows that. People know that. And then, he became the Raiders, and he became, the owner. And then, then the commissioner. Right. So without Al Davis, none of this is possible. And we all know that. Rest in peace, Al Davis. His birthday just passed. But,
yeah, 4th of July.
He was a bold person. He stood up for what he believed in. The deep threat, right? The long ball, he always said that, stretch the field. And he set the tone. So I just want to give him the most, incredible props in the world. Thank you, Mr. Al Davis, again. And like I said, Raiders Against the World, it's everything that's happening, everything that's been happening. That's what I stand for, because it seemed like the refs, the NFL has always been out to get, the Raiders. Since Al Davis made his stats about building a stadium in LA, he had the vision. He had the vision way before everybody had the vision about building a new stadium. Just think if he would have built that stadium in LA. I mean, you know what I'm talking about, Dub. That would have been. And guess what he wanted to do with that? Where SoFi's at.
Yeah.
So he had the vision long before everybody.
Definitely.
So like at the end of the day, it didn't work out, and he went against the NFL, he, did his thing, and he won. And the NFL didn't like that. So, I just feel like Raiders Against the World, because Mr. Davis is Raider, he was against the world and the NFL, and he, he's a strong New Yorker, and he was like, I'm going to do it my way, and he did. And since until he passed away, obviously now, his son took over. The name tells it all. Raiders Against the World, from the refs, from fans. Everywhere I go, I'm always wearing Raiders stuff every single day. And they're like, hey, Raiders, yeah, what's up? Raider Nation, baby. We're there. Most loyal fans in the world. And, and then you get a lot of good people, and the people are like, hey, I respect that, man, regardless, so there's a lot of, good and bad, doesn't matter.
Of course.
They're going to be
like
Nation. Yeah, exactly. But, it's actually more good now, because they're like, hey, man, we like you in Vegas. Just random people on the street. Everywhere I go, I'm always wearing my Raiders Against the World hat. I wear a lot of Raider hats too and stuff like that. But, at the end of the day, just representing to the fullest until I'm not here no more, Like I said, I'm not going to stop until we take this stand as Raider Nation community, and we black out Allegiant Stadium for the first time ever. It's going to happen, Dub. It's going to happen. We're going to black out.
Sure.
I mean, completely black out like in Oakland days, like that. People say, oh, it's going to happen, bro. It's going to happen.
It'll happen.
Why not happen this year? If we got together as a Raider Nation community and we just picked just one game for now, everybody to show up, we can do it, bro.
I'm a Raider life. I'm a Raider life. I'm a Raider life. Welcome to the black hole. I'm a Raider life. I'm a Raider life. I'm a Raider life. Welcome to the black hole. If you're a Niner fan, what it do? Marshawn Lynch said, fuck you. I'm a Raider from the Bay of Little Vegas, fool. I'm a Raider from the Bay of Little Vegas, fool.
And to be totally honest, that I think is our job as content creators, as booster clubs, as super fans, as Raider Nation. We need to bring that obviously to the stadium. On the other hand, the players need to bring the game to the stadium. And I think when those two things align, we will definitely have a lot more blacked out games at Allegiant and in other places, because there are the hardcore fans like ourselves that we're Raider fans 24/7, 365. This is a lifestyle, not just a fandom.
Yep.
And I know that there's also like those fair weather fans that just come around when they're doing good. And when that happens, man, it benefits not only the Raider Nation but the NFL in general. And I've heard many reporters say that when the Raiders do good, the NFL does good. So, it's in the NFL's best interest, for the Raiders to become another or a great team again.
It feels like it feels like that, but at the end of the day, they're still screwing us, bro. There's a couple of games that season. I'm just saying.
In everything, there always needs to be a bad guy. There always needs to be somebody to root against. And that's us. And you know what? That's fine because that's how we were created. That's who we were created to be. We are a Raider. We're a pirate.
Exactly.
What are pirates? Pirates aren't good guys.
Yeah.
And I'm fine with that. And
we take what we want. Pirates take what they want. And that's what Al Davis said. Take what they want. And back, in our glory days, that's what we did. We took what we wanted. We didn't ask. We just go beat you up. We just grab on the field and just beat everybody up on the field. That's when it was football. Come on, let's be honest with with the hits and man, Jack Tatum. I mean, the list goes on and on. Now it's like
sure.
And I get the concussion and I get the health, but that's when it was football, man. The rules were just crazy back then. You'd watch a lot of old school Raider football games and just NFL games, period. Man, because their helmet, there's no protection, put their bodies right on the line.
Definitely. So yeah, I definitely think, everything that you're doing, the way you carry yourself within the Raider Nation, I think it's something that the Raider Nation needs to see that we are here. As a community, we are here to bring people together, under the banner of the Raiders, under the banner of the NFL, because it's something that we need in our lives, man, because everyone has their daily grind. Everybody has their problems. Everybody has their stresses. And this is something that I think should be enjoyable, not an additional stress in our life. But let's get off the negative aspect. Let's go back to you. One thing I've always wanted to ask you, because every time I meet you or I see you, I always see this, but I've never been able to ask you, what is up with your rings, brother?
That's what I represent. Jesus Christ, my Lord and Savior, and then I have the lion. I'm a Leo. This month is my birthday, and in the month, so like I said, I'm a Leo, and then obviously I got my pirates, my skulls. I have a Raider tattoo on me. I have a couple of Raider tattoos on me, and like I said, what are we? We're pirates. We're skulls. We're a Raider, and that's what represents me and represents Raider Nation. That's just part of who I am, and just keeping it real, brother. This is real life. This is real life, Dub. This ain't like pretending and put up aside. This is real life, brother. This is the way I live my life all the time, 24/7. And it's awesome, bro. It's a blessing. And like I said, the main thing for me is taking this stance, bro. Taking this Raider Nation stance and be like, you know what? We can do this. We can definitely back out that stadium. And that's why I created also MOB, Movement of Blackouts. I'm trying to go everywhere to black out everything. Every event, every place we go. And not just me. I'm talking about other clubs, other cities. That's why I've been reaching out to a lot of people, because I feel like a lot of us don't reach out enough, and just like you're a content creator, I like what you do, you're good at what you do. And like I said, we talked a little bit, off camera and stuff, and got to know, each other a little bit more. But I love what you do, man. You're consistent, you're competent, you get out there, you report to Raider Nation the best you can, whatever your opinions are. And like I said, everybody has an opinion, but at the end of the day, it's still, you just keep it real, you keep it fresh. And I dig that, man. And that's why, we talk, on not a regular basis, but we talk a lot, I believe.
Yeah. Definitely. Yeah. Appreciate you, man. Yeah. And that's the thing. Like at this day and age, communication shouldn't be, something that is looked negatively upon, because it's so easy to do. You don't even have to leave your house anymore. Like what we're doing right now. You're at your house. I'm at my house. Exactly. We're chopping it up, recording a podcast. It can be done. And we definitely need to do this more with other Raider organizations and Raider fans throughout the continental United States and the world, because the closer we come to each other, the stronger we become, so we definitely need to maintain that. And like I said, with you, there's so many people that already know about you that don't even know who you are, but they know about you, because I've talked to individuals and they're like, yeah, man, I'm going to be recording a podcast with Mike from Raiders Against the World. They're like, who's that? The guy with the rings? Oh yeah, him. Okay, yeah, man. He's cool, man. He's cool. I saw him at such and such or whatever. And I'm like, yep, that's the dude, man. That's the dude. And that's great.
Yeah, that's what it's about, Dub. You know what I'm saying? Well, we could sit here and make excuses for whatever, but I'm not here to make excuses. I'm here to make make that, that movement of blackouts, that stance. Who's going to join us? Who wants to join Raiders Against the World? Who wants to join Dub Raider? Who wants to join TNBC? Black
That's
Hole, whatever. It doesn't matter. It shouldn't matter. But, at the end of the day, that's why I started Raiders Against the World, because that passion, that love, that silver and black lifestyle. It's, like I said, it's a daily thing. It's not just something, it's only when we have it. No, it's all the time. Ask anybody. They'll tell you.
No, man. That is great. And then another thing that I'm really impressed about you is that it's not only you, it's a family thing. It's you and your wife and the support you have for your kids and vice versa.
Oh, yeah.
So with you, it's a whole family affair, which I think is great. And it gives a very positive example to the Raider Nation that if you're a Raider fan, it just doesn't have to be about you. It can involve your family. It could be family fun events and, family fun excursions, and the whole family can go to a Raider game or a tailgate or whatever it is.
That's our tradition. We go to the last game of the season every year. We've been doing it since freaking Oakland days. Like I said, I've been going to games all my life. Now the social media, we just, we document it now in the shows and the pictures and the videos. And before I've been doing tailgates and, taking RVs from Riverside to Oakland. And, my people know who I'm talking about that took those journeys with me. So this ain't something new. This has been happening for years, with friends and family and other Raider fans that I meet all across the world, all across the United States, down in Mexico, wherever, I met a couple of guys up there in Canada, still talk to them to this day, and I feel it's just important that, throughout, this whole journey that we just keep it real, and I've been keeping it real since I've known, and we'll keep it real. And like I said, until I'm not here no more, that's my goal, take that stance, baby. And I know you're part of it too, Raider Dub. You're going to be with me right there. We're going to be like, let's go, Mike. Let's go.
Yeah, man. And that's the thing. It's, it's not something that we have to do. It's something that we like to do.
Exactly.
We enjoy being part of the Raider Nation, and we want to make it bigger and better. Everything that you do, everything that all of our brothers and sisters in the Raider Nation are doing, I think it's great for everybody, because it brings us together as a family. It brings us together as fans. And I think anything that's positive, it's a good thing. It's definitely a good thing. Even if it's just hanging out, watching the game together, that's still great.
That's a mandatory, right? That's a mandatory. If you're not at the game, if you're not at Legion Stadium blacking it out, or if you're not on the road blacking it out, they're definitely, watching it with friends and family, or, or your organizations, or wherever, I just, I encourage that, if you have nowhere to go, find Raider Nation, Raider fans, there's a place to go. Don't hesitate to call, don't hesitate to reach out, so I believe that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So now that we talked about Raiders Against the World, we talked about yourself, you had mentioned about the rebranding of Raiders Against the World.
Yes.
What you said, it was Raw Nation official. Okay. And the reason for that is what, Mike? Like, what's your goal?
My goal was obviously Raiders Against the World is out there. Everybody knows, Raiders Against the World. So it's just an acronym for Raiders Against the World. And believe it or not, I did start with Raw. I had some stuff that I sport and I wear once in a while. Initially, it was going to be like just Raw, but I said, no, you know what? Let's just do Raiders Against the World. And I just feel it's time. To just go Raw Nation official and just change it up a little bit, like I said, that's just my goal, my vision. I felt like people were kind of like, Raiders Against the World, and, it's just about the shirt, about this and that. Well, it's not just about that. It's about making the stats and making this movement, like I said, movement of blackouts. So I feel like changing the name a little bit, tweaking it, people understand, okay, I get it, man. And, I've been getting a lot of feedback from a lot of people that have been, purchasing merch or and they're like, hey, man, Raw, love it. So, that's just my vision, and it's just taking it to another level, taking it up another notch, man. And, with these events and with other things popping up, I just feel it's just time, that's my stance on it. And I ain't going nowhere.
There you go, man. There you go. Rightly said. So speaking of events, I know there's a big one coming up this month. Mm-hmm. What is it? July 26th, if I'm not mistaken, right? July 26th. It's going to be the blackout at Bolsa Chica Beach. Tell us more about that.
Okay. So initially, Dub, I was, like I said, this event's been going on for years. Everybody, Raider Nation that doesn't know, well, now it's been going on for years. Same my official band. I didn't start this event. I went last year, and it was cool. There's a lot of Raider fans. I just felt like it just needed a little tweak, a little turn up. And, there was Raider fans kind of like, some were over here and some were over here. I feel like if we can just all stay in one spot, it would just make it bigger and better and the whole 9 yards. So I did try to get some permits to get a stage there. They have a stage right there between TAR 21 and 22. That was very difficult. Like I said, it didn't happen. It didn't go through. I'll just try this year again, and I just wanted to bring some artists out, do a band, make it an official event, a badass event. Unfortunately, it didn't happen, but like the beach is a public place. Like I said before, come out. Raider Nation's still coming out. We all know that. It's been going on for years, and I just wanted to turn it up. So fortunately, it didn't happen this year, but hey, next year is next year. I'm starting to work on that now to see what else I need for that to happen, because I feel it's going to happen. And
Definitely.
And it's just a lot of work, and people that put on events like Lorenzo from Raider Crusaders, he knows, what I'm talking about. Other people that put on events with permits and different venues, it's not easy. Sometimes they switch it up. Like Lorenzo had a tough time. He mentioned on his Instagram, it was a tough time. He went from one place to Bakersfield campground to the other spot to the other spot. They switched it up. And so, if you don't know, try planning an event. It's very difficult, but it didn't discourage me. I'm still gonna try this year coming up. Raider Nation, give yourself applause, man. Everybody reaching out, coming out from all parts of California, a couple from other states. This means the world to us, man. This means the world to me. Just like I said, just trying to build up a winner, try to build up that momentum going in, into the season. Obviously, training camp's right around the corner.
Right.
So that was a plan. Fortunately, it didn't happen, but hey, still gonna try again, until it happens.
course,
Until I
man.
want to make it the way I want to make it.
Yeah, definitely. You got to crawl before you walk. It's definitely a process. You're going to learn every year, and as long as you continue being positive as you are, it's definitely going to get bigger and better. That I definitely guarantee it, because also the Raider Nation is going to see all the work and effort that you're putting into this, and they're going to want to be part of it. They're going to want to be involved, and you never know, man. You might get somebody in Bolsa Chica that has hookups that will be able to facilitate some of these permits or the process or whatever. You never know.
Yeah, you never know.
Yeah, as long as you stay positive and you stay moving forward, it's definitely going to happen.
A picture perfect. I paint a perfect picture on the football with precision. The intentions are to get deeper with the DERREK. My friends know stay homie from around the way.
See, we losing, have fun, still got 'em on the run. Now I'm back up in Old Town.
Let the Raider Nation know what to expect for the Bolsa Chica Beach Blackout.
All right. Well, what to expect is that, we're going to set up, we're going to try to get, I recommend you guys get there early. It is a beach, it's a public place. It's summertime. People love the beach. And from my experience with Bolsa Chica, you need to get there fairly early, I'm talking before 9, before 8, it's just because sometimes they do close the beach down for a minute until they let people out. I don't know if anybody experienced that, but I've experienced that before. So, just expect for just camaraderie for Raider Nation to get to know other Raider Nation. There's a lot of people that don't know each other, a lot of people that don't know me, and a lot of people I don't know either. And hey, if you see me, come over, introduce yourself. If I see you, I'm going to introduce myself also. It's not just about you coming up to me, it's about me going up to you and being the person I am. All Raider Nation to me is family. I remember going to Oakland, no matter where you went, come on in, man. It's family. And sometimes, and now it's a little different now in Vegas. I'm not saying, sometimes it could be like a little standoffish because people are like, oh, what's going on? It's just different in Vegas, But I'll go up to you, hey, man, what's up, man? What's going on? Hey, it's my name, Mike, Raiders Against the World or whatever, and just please, Raider Nation, if you see me out there or anything, just come up, just say, well, I see you with the Raider hat, anybody, I don't care who it is. I always say Raider Nation, and then people will respond to me like, yeah, what's up, bro? You'll know who the diehards are when they respond to you.
Man, of course.
And it's all love, like I said. So we're expecting family, camaraderie, different clubs coming out from different cities, good food, good ambiance, good music. We could. It's like a normal beach day. Bring your beach attire, bring your chairs, bring your canopies, bring your flags, bring whatever represents Raider Nation to you. And like I said, hopefully we can come out and take a big ass group picture. I don't think it's been done one in a long time. I think they showed some before, and I think that'd be dope. And
Yes, sir.
that's why I was promoting it, and it's cool that everybody other clubs got jumped in. That jumped into it and like, hey man, I'm gonna put cool. Go ahead, man. Like I said, it's not my official event. I was just trying to turn it up a notch, and by me throwing it out there, look at is a lot more feedback and a lot more people wanting to come out. Some people didn't even know about Bolsa Chica, you know. So I've been hearing about it for years. Didn't go, and last year was my first time. And like I said, I got a lot of people that I met last year, never met them before. They're coming out this year. They're, hey man, let's go, Mike. Let's do this. Yeah, let's go. You know, we're only as good as we all want to be. You know, we can have an
that's
event
true.
and when nobody shows up, then hey, you can say I tried. But hey, it takes all of us, Raider Nation, to be there and unite and do a blackout. You know, movement of blackouts, baby. So give yourself, applause, guys, who is coming out. And if not, hey, it ain't too late. Just got a couple more weeks. Spread the word.
Yeah.
Tell, hey, man, come on out.
Yeah, for sure, man. So everybody has to bring everything for themselves, correct? Bring canopies, bring chairs, tables, food, everything, right? Because nothing will be supplied.
Exactly. What I was trying to do is I was going to try to provide some of that, like the music, because my son's DJ. They're the Groovy Hermanos, and they do house music. I was going to have them DJ, and it was going to be like an all Raider Nation takeover house music DJ setup. And, it just didn't happen. At the end of the day, we're still going to be there. But yeah, you got to bring your canopies. Everybody's got to bring their own grill. You know what? Pretty much go to BolsaChica.com, and then they'll have rules there, which you can't bring and what you can't bring to the beach. I don't want you to bring unnecessary things you don't have to bring. I am going to set up, out there by some fire pits. So I am going to bring some wood, complimentary wood for at least 4 fire pits for whoever wants to enjoy that later on. Bring wood out because you can burn wood out there too. So like I said, go to BolsaChica.com and check out the beach rules and pretty much. And I recommend bringing trash bags. We want to keep the beach clean, and leave a good taste in Bolsa Chica's mouth, saying, hey, man, Raider Nation came through, but they're also respectful. They also, respect the beach, and they also respect everybody and that's part of this event and respect everybody around them. So yeah, I recommend bring some plastic bags, some black plastic bags for your trash. And, let's just do it how we do it, have a
definitely leave it better than you found it, because that shows the respect that we have for being able to use a public facility like Bolsa Chica Beach. And like you were mentioning, Mike, Bolsa Chica does allow fire pits. They have fire pits there. That's how I knew about Bolsa Chica, because I would go there as a youngster and we would go do bonfires and, just hang out. It was a great time, and it's a great beach. Very, very, very comfortable. It's very spacious. They have a very cool setup. Just the only problem, and that's why it's recommended if you're going to go, show up early, is the parking. So try and get there as early as possible if you're going to go. If you're coming in a group, try and caravan in or send somebody in first to get the parking spot and get yourself a nice location.
Absolutely.
Between Tower
21 and Tower 22. In between,
okay, there you go.
Yeah, and you'll see the stage, because the stage is going to be like right behind us where I was talking about, so people can check it out and stuff. And yeah, like I said, you bring your beach stuff. I am going to bring my canopy and a big barbecue pit for some people that are coming out of town. I didn't want them to bring a fire pit and do the whole 9 yards, so I am accommodating some other people. And like I said, we're just going to have some good food, man, and some good talks, some good memories, and try to get some future events hooked up with other clubs and other cities, and block everything out, man.
And speaking of which, this is going to be the first event that you're doing for this season, which is before even preseason starts. But I know that for the first, are you doing any watch parties or any events for the preseason?
I believe we're going to try to do one for the Seahawks game. I'm lining that up. Me and Mr. Chito Linus.
Okay.
Black Hole Inner Empire. So we're going to try to line up the Seahawks game. I believe I'm going to be in Vegas for the Niner game. We're going to training camp, and then we'll be in Vegas for the Niner game. And then the last game, not sure yet. Still working out a couple of things. And then I am going to have, I already got a couple of watch parties set up for the regular season. Still working out some details, so that's why I haven't announced it yet. So, and then obviously, how we do it. The Raider Cowboy game, Lot W, the homie Shorty, Raw Nation, we're going to do our Lot W annual takeover tailgate there. So don't miss out, guys. Lot W, let's say November 17th, Raider versus Cowboy game. It's going to be dope. Everybody's welcome. Like I said, we got a lot of, unfortunately, Cowboy fans coming out that we know and stuff. Hey, it's all up, man. Come party, see how we do it. Like I said, when it comes to tailgate, who does it the best? Raider Nation, baby.
Hey, check it out, everybody. This is Shorty from Shorty's Tailgate. Come check us out this year on November 17th, Las Vegas, Lot W, Raiders versus Cowboys. Make sure you come. You know what I mean?
Yo, Raw Nation, collabing 2 years in a row with Short Dog. You know how we do it. Don't miss out, guys. Hey, it's going to be the big event, Monday Night Football. Let's go. Let's get it.
Don't forget, we got Angel Baby coming back. You know, Baby Bubba right there from the Heart of the Bowl Network. He's going to be out there doing his thing. We got DJ Johnny Z. We got Sinclair. Going to be live on stage. Come check it out. Don't forget, we also got all you can drink, all you can eat food. Shorty Tailgate. You know how we do it. We do it every year. Let's go.
So they can see how we do it.
You're also doing an event in New England, correct? For the New England Raider game?
Correct. Yeah, that's week 1. We're going to be hooking up with Jeff over there from from Black Hole, New England chapter also. I've been talking to Jeff on a weekly basis, and yeah, we're there to promote and do whatever we can to get everybody to meet up in Providence. It should be posted on IG, a couple flyers. I think it's going to be at Blake's Tavern over there in Providence. So we're going to try to, get all Raider Nation over there. For that meetup. I think it's from 5 to 9. I'm pretty sure it's stuff floating around on social media. So check it out. And now we'll be reposting a lot of that stuff before the game, before we get closer. And then also, I'm working on something possibly for the day of the game, after the game. So stay tuned. It's gonna be a nice treat, and that's gonna be official Raw Nation official an event there, and definitely probably being New England Black Hole. Also, Jeff's been really responsive. He's awesome. He's a cool dude, man. And like I said, I'm glad he welcomed us aboard so we can make this a badass event, black it out. And the Patriots fans, they're pretty loyal. But guess what? That's why I picked Boston, because I want to go to Josh McDummy revenge game. We owe that guy a lot. Right. we owe him an ass kicking.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. For all the crap that he gave us, we got to give him his first L, man.
Exactly. Yeah. So that's another event. I said it's official Black Hole event, but we're sponsoring. We're sponsoring it. Well, not sponsoring it. We're promoting it. Help promote, and then also we're a part of it too. So yeah, we're looking to have a great time out there in Boston, man. Hey, come out, guys! Like I said, it ain't too late. Get your airplane tickets and let's go. I got some rooms blacked out. They're there in downtown Boston. So DM me if you guys are looking to go over there. You have nowhere to stay. I already got about maybe 10 rooms blacked out already. So just give me a holler, guys. DM me. I'm Raiders Against the World.
Yeah, and then also don't forget it's still in the planning stages. Mike, Raiders Against the World, and myself, we're planning to do a watch party, hopefully for, I believe it was the Jaguar game.
I believe the Jaguar game, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not set in stone yet, but we're looking at doing a watch party at Sharky's and at Hermosa Beach Pier. Be on the lookout for more information on that. This is going to be later on in the season, so we still got plenty of time, but we want to let you guys know now. That's definitely going to happen. Just another excuse to bring the Raider Nation together to hang out, party, have a good time, and cheer on our team.
And exactly, Dub. And that's what I'm saying. It's not just about one location. There's other locations, there's other clubs, there's other people you can get with, to take that to Hermosa Beach, to take it to Riverside, to take it to Rialto, to take it to Orange County, LA, wherever you guys are at, any city, any state. I mean, there's no excuse, Raider Nation. If you have nowhere to go, there's plenty of people you can reach out to. And, Hermosa Beach is going to be dope. I can't wait. You're setting that up and it's going to be dope.
Yeah, man, it's going to be amazing. I'm excited for the season. I'm just hoping that the team is as excited as us fans are for the season, and they show up on the field, because the past few years, the past 2 decades have been pretty difficult for us as Raider fans. Nonetheless, man, we're not wavering. We are still Raider fans. We are still Raider Nation, and it doesn't matter win, lose, or tie. Raiders till we die, and
exactly.
We're still going to support this team through thick and thin. So. All right, Mike. Well, is there anything else you want to let the Raider Nation know, where they can find you? What other things you want to let them know about? Like you mentioned, you have your boys also that are DJs, and they do events as well, and they're Raider fans. Yes. Let the Raider Nation know about everything else you got, man.
Yeah. So I just got confirmation before the Boca Chica Beach takeover on Saturday. They're going to be doing a takeover in Huntington Beach at Sandbar restaurant. I guess it's called Sandbars for a bar, right? They're going to do a groovy amano takeover. It's that Friday, July 20th. Come on out, enjoy some good music, some house music. If you got nothing going on, if you're pulling up early before the beach event, we're going to be there. I'm going to announce something on my IG. So yeah, just got confirmation about that. I'm super excited. If you haven't seen my sons, the Gubri Hermanos, dope as fuck, man. They're representing Riverside, representing Raider Nation, representing, me, my family. So at the end of the day, that's a little treat that just popped up, and, make it a whole weekend. And then obviously Boca Chica, 26, don't forget. Still enough time, guys. Make some plans. Come on out. It's going to be dope. And then also the 27th, July, that's my birthday. We're going to be at the Fox Theater in Pomona, and the Groovy Hermanos are doing a takeover over there with a lot of dope DJs over there in the Inland Empire, LA County-ish. So if you got nothing going on that Sunday fun day, come out and celebrate my birthday with me. And like I said, it's all love. It's all Raider Nation. Let's get it. Let's get it. Fucking Raider Nation. Let's come together. Let's do this. You know, we all have the vision. I have the vision. Hey, we can conquer anything we want to conquer as long as we stand together. Let's stay pat.
Yes, sir.
Let's stay strong. It's MOB. Let's do this movement of blackouts and just be blessed out there, guys. And hey, Dub, thanks again for the opportunity. You know, and like I said, keep doing what you're doing, man. And I support you 1,000%, man.
Of course. Now, the last thing, where can they find you on social media? I know you have an Instagram. Do you have any other accounts on any other social media platforms?
Yeah, we're on TikTok. We're on Facebook. Also Instagram, Raider_against the world. So yeah, you can look me up there. And like I said, we're just here, man. I'm super excited for this season, Dub 2025. You know, and I know I've been saying it. I'm super excited. It's just a different energy this year, man. You know,
Yes.
a different energy, and from the draft, you know, to making the moves in the offseason, extending Max Crosby. Obviously, that was huge. You know, JPJ. You know, finding again his position, starting center. That's my guy out there. He's super fucking dope. You know, from all the rookies we drafted, I mean, the list goes on and on and on. You know, and I feel like Raider Nation's finally, moving in the right direction. You know, after all this turmoil, we've had a lot of turmoil the last 5 years since we've been in Vegas, and everybody knows, you know, from the Ruggs thing to the firing of John Gruden and all those things. But I feel now we're going to have stability, and having stability and being consistent is going to build a solid winner for many years to come. So, like I said, guys, if you can go to a game and enjoy the experience. And like I said, if you got nowhere to tailgate for the for the Raider Cowboy game, hey, don't post that. For the Raider Cowboy game, November 17th, come out, Lot W, Shorty, Raw Nation, doing it big right there. And hopefully everybody can come on, just check it out and see what we're about, man.
All right. Well, you heard the Raider Nation. Don't forget to follow Raiders Against the World. Check out all their events on all social media platforms that he mentioned. You know, also on my platforms, I'm going to be definitely promoting and obviously co-hosting some of these events with Raiders Against the World with Mike here. So be on the lookout. Everything that we're doing, remember, Raider Nation, it's to bring Raider Nation together, to have a good time, you know, to be amongst family, you know, and that's why we do the things that we do. You know, it's not that we're trying to make money. It's not that we're trying to get famous. You know, what we're trying to do is we're trying to solidify the Raider Nation. We're trying to bring the Raider Nation together, you know, through thick and thin, as we've had in the past. You know, we want to continue this in Vegas. You know, the more you come together, the more you attend games, you know, the stronger we become, definitely. So, Raider Nation, thanks again for being here. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow. Remember that everything we do here is for the nation, by the nation. Peace.